In today's video, we're talking about 120 Hz on console for Warzone 2. Obviously, this is talking about the new gen consoles, not the old gen. The new gen consoles actually have the capability to run on 120 Hz, and a lot of you guys in the comment section have been asking me whether you guys should be actually using that or not with Warzone 2. So in today's video, we're talking about that, giving you guys the best tips on what frame rate and refresh rate you guys should be using on new gen consoles. So with that being said, if you guys do enjoy today's video and learn something new, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are on a new gen console, make sure you guys comment down how your experience has been with Warzone 2 so far. So jumping right into today's topic, if you guys don't actually know this already, PS5s and Xbox Series X, they can actually run the game on 60 and 120 FPS, which also means that's the refresh rate as well. Now, obviously, you have to have a 120 Hz monitor in order to actually see that difference between the 60 and 120. But if you guys do actually have that, then we can actually discuss whether you should be using the 60 or 120. So after doing some research and getting in contact with a lot of my friends that actually own new gen consoles, everyone is basically saying the same thing. You're not actually going to be getting the crispiest experience if you are playing on 120, only because you're trying to push your console to higher performance levels. It's going to have more, ups and downs versus playing on 60. If you were playing on 60 FPS, it will be very, very consistent, which is to be expected. If you try to cap your frame rate on a computer, it is going to be much more consistent versus leaving it at an unlimited frame rate. It's going to be going all over the place. So if you guys are trying to get like a very solid experience without having any sort of frame drops at all, then maybe you should try out 60. But I think the game can actually run pretty freaking well on 120 for the new gen consoles right now. The graph that is on the screen shows the difference between the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S. As you guys can see on the very right, the PS5 is actually performing the best. It has the most steadiest frame rate. And I actually know this because a lot of people in the comment section are mainly complaining about the Series X, saying that the Series X on 120 FPS mode has a lot of bounciness, a lot of ups and downs versus the PS5. And I've actually been saying this for a minute. PS5s as of right now are slightly better than Xbox Series X. I don't want to put the Xbox community down or anything like that, but as of right now, that's just what it is. That's just the stats, and hopefully they actually fix this in the future. But on average, the PS5 is getting about 10 extra frames versus the Xbox Series X, but the Xbox Series X is still running at 100 plus FPS, so you should be good on that part. Now, a quick disclaimer, all of the stats measured in today's video is mainly for Al Mazrah. This is not for Ashika Island, and this is also not for multiplayer. So if you're playing multiplayer, it's a very good chance you are not going to see any sort of frame drops at all. It's probably going to stay on 120 the entire time. And since Ashika Island is a much smaller map than Al Mazrah, you're probably going to see even better performance on Ashika Island as well. So if you guys are players that want to play, the smaller maps or the multiplayer part of the game, then you're probably going to have even better performance. This picture right here shows how the game performs if you were to lock it at 60 FPS for the new gen. You have the PS5 on the right, the Xbox Series X in the middle, and then the S on the left, just to compare for the older gen consoles. As you can see, the old gen consoles aren't even hitting 60 anymore. I've actually said this so many times in previous videos, but the game is just not running at 60 FPS anymore. But this is Al Mazrah. This is the bigger map. It's actually not the Ashika Island smaller map, so that could be one of the reasons why. But if you guys do lock them to 60 for both the new gen consoles, then you will actually not experience any frame drops. It's going to be very consistent. It's not going to bounce around at all, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would probably appreciate that more than playing on 120. So it's really just personal preference at this point, but in my personal opinion, I think you can totally play Warzone 2 on 120 FPS for PS5 and Xbox Series X. You might experience a couple of frame drops here and there, but for the majority of the experience, it should be fine. So if you look at some of the comments I've been getting, you can see the Boar11 here says the Series X on 120 feels fine. And like I said, this is going to be something that is different for everyone. Everyone's consoles run much differently. So some are going to experience it fine, some are not going to experience it so fine. So got to keep in mind that the experience for everyone is not going to be exactly the same. And then we have Aldo Valenzo here. He says he plays on a Series X and with Warzone and DMZ. The lobbies feel really bad. It feels like frames are dropping. Is this the servers or something with my monitor or console? It's probably a little bit of both, mainly the servers, because if you guys have actually watched my other video, the servers are actually very bad right now. Ever since the Season 3 update, the servers have been very bad. So if you guys are playing the game and are experiencing lag, like internet lag, you're teleporting and stuff, there's a good chance that the servers are just screwing you over at that moment. But if you guys are seeing like frame drops, then that's something a little bit different. And keep in mind that the two people I just read in today's video are both on the exact same console, so it just goes to show that everyone has different issues even if you're playing on the exact same console. But with that being said, I'm going to be on the lookout for updates and future patch notes that might fix these issues in the future. So make sure you guys are subscribed with post notifications so you guys don't miss the huge update when they actually do come around to fixing all of these issues. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.